Hello, history enthusiasts. Welcome back to Charting the Course of USA Presidents. In our previous videos, we delved into the legacies of James Madison and James Monroe. Today, our historical exploration continues as we unravel the life and times of the sixth President of the United States, John Quincy Adams. Join us on this journey through the intricacies of diplomacy, cultural resurgence, and the shaping of an American Renaissance. John Quincy Adams, the sixth President of the United States, was a stalwart figure in America's early history. He navigated the rapids of diplomacy with ease and acumen, becoming a beacon of American strength and resolve. Born in Massachusetts in 1767, Adams was groomed for public service. His father, John Adams, was a leading figure in American independence and would become the nation's second president. John Quincy Adams' early life was dominated by the revolutionary spirit. He witnessed the Battle of Bunker Hill at age 8. This early exposure to the struggles for liberty embedded a strong sense of duty in him. Adams's education was heavily influenced by his father's friends, including Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin. He was taught the value of diplomacy, an art he would later master. His first diplomatic mission came at the tender age of 14. He was sent to Russia as a secretary to the American envoy, learning the intricacies of international relations firsthand. Adams quickly distinguished himself through his diplomatic savvy. His negotiation skills were instrumental in securing the Treaty of Ghent, which ended the War of 1812. In 1817, Adams was appointed Secretary of State under President James Monroe. In this role, he demonstrated a remarkable understanding of America's place in the world. His most significant achievement as Secretary of State was the formulation of the Monroe Doctrine, a policy statement that shaped the nation's foreign relations for over a century. John Quincy Adams assumed the presidency in 1825. His term was marked by a fervent commitment to the principles of liberty and justice. Despite facing considerable opposition, Adams pursued an ambitious agenda. He advocated for internal improvements, establishing a national university and observing astronomical research. He was a fierce opponent of slavery, and his moral convictions were evident in his policies. Adams's anti-slavery position was controversial, but he remained steadfast in his belief in universal freedom. Adams's presidency was fraught with challenges, both domestically and internationally. However, he navigated these turbulent times with unwavering commitment to the ideals of the Republic. Adams' term as president ended in 1829, but his public service did not. He was elected to the House of Representatives, where he served until his death in 1848. In Congress, Adams became known as the Hellhound of Slavery for his fervent opposition to the institution. He fought tirelessly for the abolition of slavery. His advocacy for freedom was not limited to America. Adams also championed the cause of Greek independence, further establishing his credentials as a global champion of liberty. Adams's diplomatic prowess was legendary. He understood the importance of patience, tact, and negotiation in international relations, attributes that garnered him respect at home and abroad. Adams was more than a politician. He was a scholar. He took a keen interest in science, literature, and the arts. He was a prolific writer and kept a detailed diary throughout his life. These writings provide an invaluable insight into the key events and personalities of his time. John Quincy Adams was an early advocate for women's rights. He believed in equality, irrespective of gender, and his stance was revolutionary for his time. His legacy is enduring. Adams' contributions to American diplomacy, education, and civil rights continue to resonate, shaping the nation's identity and values. John Quincy Adams, the diplomat, the president, the abolitionist, the scholar, a man who embodied the spirit of the American Renaissance. His life was a testament to the power of perseverance, intellect, and moral courage. Adams once said, "Duty is ours, results are God's." This belief guided his actions, whether in the negotiation room or the halls of Congress. John Quincy Adams was not just a figure of the past. His ideals and actions continue to inspire, making him a timeless symbol of American resilience and progress. His life is a lesson in the power of conviction. Adams believed in the principles of freedom and equality, and he fought for them, regardless of the cost. Adams was a man of many talents, but his greatest was his ability to adapt. He navigated the changing tides of American politics with a steady hand and a clear vision. John Quincy Adams' story is a reminder of the power of diplomacy. He knew that words and negotiation, not war, were the most effective tools for change. Adams's principles guided his actions. He was a man of unwavering integrity, a beacon of moral and ethical conduct. Adams was a man of the world, but he never lost sight of his roots. His love for his country and its principles were evident in every decision he made. John Quincy Adams was not just a president. He was a symbol of an era. His presidency marked the beginning of the American Renaissance, a period of growth and development that laid the foundation for the nation we know today. Adams' journey from the fields of Massachusetts to the halls of power in Washington is a testament to his character and resilience. His life is a remarkable study of ambition, intellect, and the pursuit of a greater good. John Quincy Adams's legacy is not just in the laws he passed or the treaties he negotiated. It is in the ideals he upheld, the principles he embodied, and the vision he had for his country. Adams was an advocate for education, believing it to be the cornerstone of a free and just society. His commitment to knowledge and learning continue to inspire today. John Quincy Adams was a man of the people. He understood the struggles of the common man, and he worked tirelessly to ensure a just and fair society. As we navigate the rapids of our own time, let us remember John Quincy Adams. His life is a lesson in courage, perseverance, and the power of diplomacy. John Quincy Adams, a statesman, a diplomat, and a visionary. His legacy lives on, a testament to the enduring spirit of the American Renaissance. As we conclude our exploration of John Quincy Adams, stay tuned for our next video where we'll venture into the presidency of Andrew Jackson, the 7th President of the United States. Subscribe now and hit the notification bell to continue this fascinating historical voyage. Until then, this is Charting the Course of USA Presidents, signing off. Stay curious, stay historical,